Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to make a video dedicated to our edger. And everybody's been asking, and I have my assistant Hank the Bee Guy, and it is a Cook's 20-inch edger. This edger was set up with 3 saws. We're currently using 2. So before we get to the business end of it, this is a movable fence. So when I move the handle, this fence moves out of the way, exposing the saw. This thing right here is nothing more than a sight line, so we just leave it in a down position. So when you put a board on it that needs edged, you can see when you slide it over, you know how much that saw is going to cut off. So you basically sight that up. Up there is a laser, and it is set up where it does move with the saw, if you can see that. So, and then it has a conveyor that feeds the boards into the actual blades. So this is pretty much the business end right here. And then also, this is a hydraulic valve. A lot of people call this a light switch. They think that I can relocate this thing. I like it where it's at. This turns the feed on and off. And we're real happy with it. We're not going to change nothing. Why reinvent the wheel? And also there is a scale here that shows you roughly how much you're going to be cutting off when you're in line with that fence. Getting up to the business end here, it is equipped with 2 rollback rollers that sit on top so you can pass boards back, and it has a whole row of anti-kickback pawls, and these are designed if the board would bind in there. Once it comes through and gets pinched under there, these can't let it come back out. This is a pressure drum, and basically it pinches the board between the conveyor belt and the drum and feeds it through. So getting to where all the magic happens in here, we have 2 saw blades, and then there's a spare collar which is right here. So we could set this up with 3 saws. If we were, just say we were cutting 2x6s, we could evenly space them out and get 2 for 1 every time we go through. And then this is a safety switch that don't allow you to open that door while it's running. It'll kill the machine. So Hank, go ahead and turn that crank. And you can see now that's how we adjust our board thickness. Okay, you can bring it back the other way. So that is how that works. This saw here stays stationary, it never moves. And that fence right there is what controls where we set our board, so we know where the saw cut will be. So that is what happens under there. It is powered by a 38 horsepower Kohler engine, and it has plenty of power. You could have got this in a diesel option, and I didn't feel that you would never use that power. It'll edge up to 4 inches thick. We have never tried it. We go 2 inches maximum. So if you're in the market for an edger, go over and check out Cook's. Now that's the hydraulic tank, and here's the other outfeed conveyor. Couple rollers out here to catch the boards. Eventually we're going to add on to this, and other than that, that's pretty much what makes the edger tick. So we got a pile of white pine here that we got to edge out, so we're going to go ahead and get you some video of the edger in action. And I'll try to get you some in feed, I'll try to get you some out feed, and we will just keep this video dedicated to the edger. Well, there you have it. This is what an edger does. It takes a board with bark edges on it and it strips them off with the 2 saw blades. And if the 3rd saw blade and you wanted to make these into 6-inch boards, you could split these again with the 3rd blade. So you can see how pretty this pine is. This was sawed on the last 2 videos that you guys have watched, and this edger will go up to 20 inches wide on a board, which is really good because widest board we can saw is 22 inches. So by the time you take the wane off of it, in fact, that's the technical term. This stuff right here is called wane. So that's just a little technical data for you. And you got to see the Cook's edger in detail. I've done this video several times. We got a lot of new people to the channel that are really kind of interested to see how that works. So if you like these little short videos on a topic, please let me know, and I'll try to keep content like this coming. I know there's a lot of things that people would like to see up close that you don't get to see on an average video because we're just in the midst of sawing, and it's very hard to give you that content. So again, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel greatly. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider. We are up to 105,000 subscribers as of today. And we got that VersaTube building coming up, and we got a lot more pine to saw. So we'll catch you on the next one. Alrighty, bye-bye.